ceremony. I'm sure you followed the news on this. It's very clear that there's a sizable portion of the secular LGBT movement that has come to see Christianity and Christians and the things taught in the Bible about human nature and about sexual ethics as an existential threat, as a threat to their very existence, and as coming directly in the way of their fulfillment as human beings. And for some of those people, you can try to explain all day why what the Bible teaches is liberating and how the motive is love. But some people will hear you and then choose to still label you their enemy, to still label what you teach as coming in the way of them doing what they want and inherently destructive to their very identity. And therefore, they'll label you as an enemy. So coexistence for some people is simply not the goal, even though you'd maybe like it to be. And that's clearly the case with the people who organized the opening ceremony of the Olympics. They see you as an enemy. And that display where there's men dressed in drag, which is basically men in burlesque clothing, was meant to offend. It was meant to offend, and it was clearly done out of spite for what they think is their enemy. Again, I don't think that's their enemy. I think that Jesus offers fulfillment. I think that he offers the actual love that we're looking for, and I don't think that the love people are looking for is found in any other place. It's just simply not. So my motive in preaching the gospel is not hate, right? But if some people are going to receive it that way, I can't help that. Nor can I tone down what the church teaches or what's taught in the Bible or what's written in natural law. Now, I think it's important to listen to people. It really is. And if someone sees you as an existential threat, it's important to hear the pain, sometimes expressed inappropriately through ceremonies like we saw at the Olympics. It's important to hear that and to respond to people in the way you dialogue by saying, look, no, we're not your enemy, all right? However, a part of listening is not putting your head in the sand, and it's to pay attention to reality as it's presenting itself to you and to people's hearts as they're presenting themselves to you. And guys, sometimes what's in people's hearts and what's being presented to you, what's being expressed to you is spite and hatred. And when that's being said, it's important that you listen to that too. And if what's being said is, Christian, we don't care about you, we don't want you to have a place in society, we'd like to push you aside because we see you as an enemy, you should hear that. And it's okay to respond to that with a resounding no. To respond to that by creating boundaries, all right? So a lot of Christians have done that. They've complained. The Olympic Committee has heard that, and they issued an apology, which was essentially a non-apology. I want you to read the actual text, because some people are thinking, oh, this is okay, good, they apologized, praise God, we were heard. No, we weren't. The apology makes it really clear. They say it in the apology that they thought this was a great expression of diversity and inclusivity, and that if your feelings were hurt, well, sorry, that wasn't our intention to hurt your feelings. What? Guys, that's not really an apology. All right, so here's a message I dropped in the Olympics committee inbox, and I want you to as well. I'm going to leave a link for you at the bottom of this video to show you how to do this. And I'll leave a text of what I sent so you can copy and paste it and make it your own as well. Okay, so here's what I said. Organizers have said they are sorry that the drag queens portraying one of the most sacred moments in Christian memory offended some, while also calling it a successful celebration of inclusivity. You are aware that's not an actual apology, right? What you need to say is that, quote, this offense, which clearly intended to exclude the world's 2 billion plus Bible believers, was wrong, and we are sorry, end quote. In an increasingly divided world, it's increasingly urgent to create spaces where everyone, yes, including conservative Christians who are not enemies of humanity, and I'd add, not enemies of people who identify as same-sex attracted either. We're not. I mean, the things we're presenting is a path to fulfillment that disagrees with the path that I think, frankly, isn't working, that the secular world would offer, but that's for another video. All right, back to my message. Where everyone can come together in a genuinely human experience without it being politicized and without people feeling ostracized. The Olympics can and should be such a space, and you have failed at that. But enough is enough. Christians are tired of being the brunt of open derision and spite like this. I have decided to boycott the Olympics until hearing an actual and real apology. I will not be placated by a duplicitous one. there's my message, and I'd encourage you to send it out as well. The URL, by the way, in case you don't see it below this video, is olympics.com/IOC/contact-us. God bless you and your day. By the way, make sure that you keep loving your enemies, even when they really hate you and they send a clear message that they want to exclude you, and you push back and say, no, for the sake of the broader Christian community, we're not going to be excluded like that. And if you want to exclude us, you're going to hear some pushback. You're going to feel some pushback, right? But keep loving your enemies nonetheless. Not the people you've made your enemies, they've made you their enemy.